At the beginning of the year, I decided to take advantage of the verse of the day that shows up in YouVersion to use as my scripture to focus on for that day. And I've really enjoyed doing that. I've taken the scripture and written it on a little note card here and do it in 2 or 3 different translations and read through it and just try to think about and meditate on the word of the day. And today's, if you use YouVersion and their scripture of the day, you probably already know what it is, but it's Matthew 6:21. The scripture, I learned it, I think in the New King James, it says, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. In the New Living Translation, it says, wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will be also. Now, watch this. I also looked it up in the Passion Translation. It says, for your heart will always pursue what you value as your treasure. Wow, that puts a little different take on it, doesn't it? And then listen to the Message, which isn't a translation, it is a paraphrase. It says, the place where your treasure is the place you will most want to be and end up being. So I guess my encouragement to you today is to consider thinking about, what is it that you treasure? Where is it that you spend your most time? Where is it that you are most passionate about? What are the things that you think the most about? And that is the indicator of where your treasures and affections actually lie. I will be honest that I would like to say that Jesus is my ultimate treasure. I certainly want him to be, but I can say truthfully that that's not always the case. And so I would suggest that this is an invitation to have a conversation with God and just ask him, like the scripture says, search my heart, O God, and know me. He does know you, and he wants you to be aware of where your treasure lies. So where does your treasure actually lie? Not what you think or desire. You may say, well, Jesus is first in my life. Is he really? I had to really look at myself and say, are you really first? That's the desire in my heart, is to put him first. And that is my goal. That's what I hate to say the word work toward, but that's what I am pursuing. But I also know that there are times that the things of this world tend to get my attention also, sometimes more. So for your heart, let me get this straight. For your heart will always pursue what you value as your treasure. What do you value as your treasure? My prayer for me and for you is that Jesus becomes our most valued treasure. And God, give us the ability to let go of these earthly things and set our eyes on you. Be blessed and have a great day.